So today's topic is momentum and impulse. So let's start off by momentum, which is a quantity of motion of a moving body measured as a product of its mass and velocity. The linear momentum of an object of mass m moving with a velocity v is defined as the product of the mass and the velocity. Momentum is represented by the symbol p. So p equals mv, or momentum equals mass times velocity, which is going to result in the SI unit of momentum being kilograms times meters per second. A moving car has a momentum. An increase in the mass or the speed will increase the momentum, which means momentum is directly proportional to the mass and the velocity of the object. So if we change the mass or the velocity, we're going to change the momentum of the object. Now let's talk about what type of quantity the momentum is. Mass is a scalar quantity, which means it has only a magnitude, while velocity is a vector quantity, which means it has both a magnitude and direction. What would momentum be? Momentum would be a vector quantity, since mass times velocity is a scalar quantity multiplied by a vector quantity, which will always result in a vector quantity. So momentum has both a magnitude and a direction. So let's solve a problem here. A pickup truck with mass 2,250 kilograms and velocity of 25 meters per second to the east would have a momentum of what? So let's multiply the mass and the velocity to find out. The result is going to be 56,250 kilograms times meters per second to the east. You should never forget the direction, because as we mentioned before, the momentum is a vector quantity. Now let's move on to the impulse. The impulse is the change of momentum of an object when the object is acted upon by a force for an interval of time. For example, a ball is moving slowly and a football player comes and kicks the ball in a short period of time, making the ball move faster. So what the player here did, exerted a force on the object and changed the velocity of the ball, making it move faster, which means the momentum of this object or the ball has increased. Okay, what is the Impulse-Momentum Theorem? It states that the force equals delta P over delta T. Delta means the change in. So, force equals the change in momentum over the time interval. This theorem has many shapes, one of them being the force times the time interval equals mass times the final velocity minus mass times initial velocity. So force times time interval equal change in momentum. Let's solve a problem about it here. A 1,400 kilogram car is moving westward with a velocity of 15 meters per second, collided with a pole, and is brought to rest in 0.3 seconds. Find the exerted force on the car during the collision. The givens here are the mass, delta T, VI, and VF. Let's find the force. So we're gonna use the force equals mass times VF minus mass times VI over the time interval, which will result in 70,000 newtons. Thank you so much. Let's end this video by a quote by Isaac Newton.